If a believer gets married to an unbeliever, for example, a man gets married to a woman that is not a Christian, the grace of God in the life of the man that he enjoys automatically extend to the wife. And likewise, if a woman gets married to an unbeliever, the grace that the woman as a Christian enjoys automatically also extend to the husband. And the condition is that as a believer, when the believer get married to an unbeliever, as long as the unbeliever does not stand or pose as an antagonist against his or a partner. If a man did not, stand as an hindrance or go against the faith of his wife, is a woman does not pose as an hindrance or antagonist or go against the faith of the husband, the grace of God that covers the woman also extends to the husband. The grace of God that covers the husband also extends to the wife and their children. In the absence of that, if as a couple, if your partner did not agree with your faith or is an antagonist to your faith, if your husband or your wife is an antagonist to your faith and did not agree with your faith and decide or choose to leave that relationship, he can leave the relationship. She can leave the relationship. If the partner that is unbeliever decide to leave the relationship, the marriage or the relationship, the believer is not under bondage. Separation as in divorce. If the unbeliever divorce the believer husband or the believer wife, the believer husband or the believer wife is allowed to get married, to remarry. My interpretation of not under bondage, this address the problems, because these are part of the problems that the society is facing and encountering. Like I said, some relationship just some people encounter complicating situations or circumstances in a relationship that is beyond their power and their control, and it end all with heartbreak. Some actually its story is different, but we have situations and circumstances like that things handle in heartbreak. Having said all this, I want us to know that the faith or the belief, even though a partner can enjoy the sanctification, the grace of the faith of his or a partner in a relationship, that is talking of husband or the wife. But I want us to know that the faith of the husband cannot save the wife. As in, on Judgment Day, my salvation, the salvation of a man, of a husband cannot save the wife. The salvation of the parent cannot save the children. The salvation of the father, like, The salvation of my father cannot save me. The salvation of my mother cannot save me, and neither can my salvation as a child save any or both my parents. Christianity is a personal thing. It's about personal relationship with God.